Hello, bruv. We're back with the advent of the Cosmic Viewpoint by Bryant, Reeve, author of Flying Saucer Pilgrimage. And we're going to chapter 1, the Cosmic Viewpoint. Unfortunately, I can't hold it above because it leaves a glare since I have to use the light appendage on this. 1. The Cosmic Viewpoint. This is a book on viewpoints. It is a book which contrasts certain viewpoints. For years, the authors have been on a pilgrimage to gain a better understanding of the meaning of life itself. And this book endeavors to present a much larger viewpoint of life than that encompassed by the usual human view. Because this larger view of life, which we are presenting, is so markedly different from the views generally prevailing on this planet, we have named it the Cosmic Viewpoint. The question may be asked, where did we find this viewpoint? Where did it come from? We found it on our pilgrimage. It did not dawn on us suddenly. It came slowly as the result of much earnest effort to understand the strange new age into which Earth is now moving. We found it growing in the hearts and minds of new age souls everywhere. Also, it contained many a surprise for us, as indeed it may also for some of our readers. In fact, the Cosmic Viewpoint seems to us to be an integral part of the New Age. At first, it was hard to tell whether the New Age was bringing the cosmic view of life to Earth, or whether this cosmic view was bringing in the New Age. At any rate, the two seem interwoven. The Cosmic Viewpoint is not something that most people can just jump into all of a sudden. It grows. It is usually attained by a process of growth. Over an extended period of time, we have observed that if this growth is forced too fast, it can become quite confusing. But if it comes gradually, as a product of deep desire and sincere effort to understand this wonderful age, it can prove most reassuring and helpful. The wider horizon. I'm also drinking a beer, so if I sound a little frazzled, you can understand why. The wider horizon. May we say that we ourselves did not find it easy to gain a foothold in this cosmic viewpoint of life. It seemed to come easily and naturally for certain other individuals, but we had to work for it. For us, it involved what might be called cosmic growing pains. We found we had to jettison many lesser views in order to gain an understanding of the cosmic view. But as the cosmic view began to unfold, it was so much more satisfying and beautiful than anything heretofore known to us that we just had to keep going. It reminded us of the glimpse of the higher realities of life which Samuel Longfellow must have reached when he spoke of the freer. What's the freer? Oh, the freer. Hey, have a little more to drink. All right, buddy. The freer step, the fuller breath, the wide horizon's grander view. This expresses, at least in part, what we mean by the cosmic viewpoint of life. It is the wide horizon's grander view. In fact, this book is really a discussion of the outer space view of life. One of the great truths of existence appears to be that many things can best be understood and appreciated by virtue of contrasts. Thus, what we mean by the cosmic viewpoint can probably be best explained by contrasting it to the more limited human viewpoint which prevails on Earth. Thus, on the one hand, we have the ordinary human viewpoint of life, and by contrast, we have the great cosmic viewpoint. Let us, therefore, proceed by first considering some characteristics of the human viewpoint of life. The human viewpoint. Man on Earth, for the most part, has a limited viewpoint of life. One outstanding ingredient of this view is a firm belief that man, is a body. Have we ever considered the overwhelming emphasis that Earthman places on his body? The entire gamut of human life is practically organized around bodies and their needs. Houses and buildings are designed around bodies. Shoes, clothing, hats, and furniture are made to fit bodies. Automobiles, trains, boats, and planes are designed for bodies. Food is produced to nourish bodies. Medicine and surgery are concerned with keeping bodies in repair. Vast defense departments are organized to protect the bodies of mankind, feeding the body, clothing the body, protecting the body, satisfying the cravings of the body. These are the chief concerns of Earthman. No wonder he becomes almost stymied when some higher beings suggest to him that he would still be himself without a body. Another ingredient of the human view is that man is governed by his brain, and that his thoughts originate somehow and somewhere inside his head. Still, another general view is that some outside power placed man on this planet and forced him into a great struggle to survive. Also, he is continuously reminded that he is just naturally a sinner, and thus he may ironically be worried about being saved and going to the right place when he dies. If he is fortunate enough to have certain abilities, qualities, and opportunities, to say nothing of the right influence or connections or luck, he may become what is called the success. This generally means that he acquires wealth and things and power over others, and thus greater freedom to do as he pleases. If, however, he lacks these qualities or opportunities, he may experience a veritable treadmill of effort just to keep his head above water, just to survive in this world. Reality to Earthman is something physical. It must come through the channels of physical awareness. He may look up at the sun and stars and be vaguely aware of a thing called nature, but while this mysterious power at times seems frighteningly hostile, Earthman really lives amidst terrible fears and pressures. Fears of such things as failure, injury, disease, want, death, and the great unknown. Human conditioning. Vast sections of mankind are uneducated and illiterate. Millions on Earth live in squalor and semi-starvation. Only a comparatively small percentage of the population are fortunate enough to become educated. And while many use this advantage selfishly to acquire more wealth and security for themselves, there are those who do use it for service to viewpoints, finer viewpoints, glorious viewpoints, more satisfying viewpoints, attainable viewpoints. These wonderful and presentably available extensions of awareness are what we humbly endeavor to summarize under the broad heading of the cosmic viewpoint. We do not have to die to become liberated souls. In fact, the wise know that mere dying does not liberate a soul. What we have to do is to expand our viewpoint, our awareness of total life. If the limited view is all we know or want, if we are married to limitation and wish to remain identified with it, then we are literally sunk in one groove of so-called reality. But if we know about other and wider viewpoints, then at least we can start reaching out for the higher realities and endeavor to live on higher levels of consciousness. Then we are no longer slaves of a particular limited viewpoint. But how can we reach out unless we have an inkling that something better does exist and is available? That something better is really the subject of this book. The cosmic viewpoint. Well, didn't we start there? No, I think we started at the wiser horizon. Yeah, we did start there. Now let us briefly consider the cosmic viewpoint in contrast to the human. Very briefly, it represents the greater perspective of life from outer space, from beyond the confines of physical bodies and physical concepts. It is in no wise limited. It is in no wise limited to human sensing or to human thinking or human reasoning. It cognizes the whole. Cognizes. It cognizes the wholeness of life, universal. It sees the niche which earth life occupied within this wholeness. It is life viewed from the transcendental freedoms of outer space or unconditioned cosmic consciousness. It extends far beyond the limited horizons of any planet or solar system. It knows that outer space is inhabited, that life is everywhere, in some form or other, or even in formless awareness. It understands that all is consciousness, either formed or unformed. It recognizes the freedom of travel from planet to planet and galaxy to galaxy. It encompasses the rapport of all life and the continuous communication between spheres. It glories in the great cosmic planes of existence, ever present and interpenetrating each other. It knows the frequencies of existence and their ever availability to consciousness. It is wisdom from on high which supersedes and replaces human ignorance, beliefs, and theories. On earth we have been told that we shall know the truth, and the truth shall make us free. The cosmic viewpoint embraces that brand of truth which literally can set us free, free from human limitations. It is the expanded awareness, the salvation which many on earth hear about but really understand so little. It is the viewpoint of the masters who have graduated from earth life, and of the great avatars and teachers who, throughout all ages, have been sent to earth to prevent man from becoming completely lost in his limited physical dream of reality. It is the teaching of the members of the great white brotherhood of universal life. That's crazy that we heard that phrase, the great white brotherhood, in this other book. By what's her name? Was it We Knew These Men, or was it Incarnation? Yeah, by Edith Ellis, Wilfred Brandon. See that video that I put out? I read that whole book, so that's crazy. So yeah, Laura was reading that book, as I stated before. And apparently the Reeve family were too. So where's my spot? It is the teaching of the members of the great white brotherhood of universal life. It is a state of greater enlightenment which puts other states of consciousness into their correct cosmic perspective. It unravels the mysteries of time, space, and matter, and eventually raises consciousness beyond such limitations. It is the view not only beyond physical death, but beyond other deaths, as will be explained later in this book. Because it sees through the nature of all dying, it wipes away the teardrops of earth. In fact, in due course, it permits one to listen to the music of the spheres, yes, and even to the distant, heartwarming, soul-satisfying laughter of the gods. Crazy. All right. I'll be back tomorrow with more of this book. Goodbye.